Eskom has appointed Andre de Ruyter as its CEO, this after having been without a permanent CEO since August. The power utility has 450 billion rand of debt and is struggling to fix aging power stations and correct defects in new ones. The ANC has shown support for his appointment, while the EFF has rejected it, citing the move as anti-transformation and racist. The board member of the Black Management Forum, that's Yonela Mvana, joins us now from our Cape Town studio to discuss this further. Yonela, a very good evening and thanks for your time. So we have the EFF and other unions like NUM calling this appointment anti-transformation and racist. Do you agree?
Good evening, Yvette, and good evening to your viewers at home. I think as BMF, we certainly take serious issue with the recent appointment. It not only confirms our recent queries with how the Minister of Public Enterprises has continued to appoint, senior white executives in key prominent roles that don't seem to advance the agenda of transformation. So I think as an organization, we take a very strong view that opportunities could have been given to other suitably qualified black executives to occupy this position.
But
so we see it as a very...
Considering where we find ourselves with Eskom, considering who the past couple of CEOs have been, and they have been black CEOs, I mean, seriously, do we really... We have to weigh up here what is more urgent for the country at this moment. Obviously, being downgraded to junk status is going to be bad for everyone, regardless of what race you are.
Thanks, Yvette. You'll understand those are precisely our issues as the BMF. We've obviously taken cognizant of the dire, status of our financial well-being as a country, and more particularly the status of SOE. So we've always raised very strong arguments that the people that are appointed to senior executive positions within SOEs and even CEOs need to be firstly suitably qualified individuals with a proven track record and with no questions around integrity and their standing. But we cannot do that creating a narrative and completely disregarding the need for a country to transform, and more specifically given the recent Employment Equity Commission report and more recently the report from Statistics South Africa. So the issue of the need to appoint competent individuals is something that we really strongly consider, but we cannot do this as a government firstly. With complete disregard for the need to apply employment equity and affirmative action. So we believe that the situation can be turned around while consistently abiding by the need to implement employment equity and affirmative action.
But so far we haven't been able to do that. If you believe that there is a solution, surely we would have taken that and run with it by now, Yonela. It doesn't seem like we've had, and we hear from all the experts that it's the wrong people in those jobs. Morale is low, so we actually need to have something to transform. We probably will have no Eskom if we continue to go this way, and South Africa is going to be, how do I say it, a financially dead country. What will that do for transformation for everyone?
I agree, Yvette, I agree. And that is why precisely as a BMF we have a very strong argument that, firstly, the person that should be at the helm of Eskom at this current moment is somebody that has a very strong track record and firstly. And secondly, there's been a lot of tested and tried leaders such as Pagamani Hatebe who have been appointed at Eskom, but as a result of political interference, so as it were, have resorted to stepping down. And we don't believe that the current recently appointed CEO has neither the track record and the industry experience, and that is our first exception. And secondly, we believe that there were other applicants such as Mr. Maroja, who has got the relevant industry experience, who's been at Eskom and who left at the time when state capture and other issues were coming up. So certainly those people should have been given preference, and with the need to really government needs to be at the forefront of ensuring that it leads by example when it comes to the implementation of employment equity. I mean, with the proposed amendments to Section 53, how can we be confident that government in itself is going to properly monitor and police the implementation of employment equity when it fails blatantly and on its own accord to take the lead when it comes to these issues. And as BMF, we really have to, say that, yet again, the Minister of Public Enterprises and Cabinet has again disappointed us by continuing to create this narrative, and we don't have hopes that they are really committed to
Yonela,
affirmative action.
Very quickly for us, we're out of time. So you're not willing to give Mr. de Ruyter a chance to see how, if he can actually do what others have failed to do over the past few years?
Well, Eskom is a very important resource for our country, and I think we know his track record at NAMPEC. We can't really give him a chance with an important asset such as Eskom. We believe that, above the issue of rate, there are people, above the issue of race rather, there are people that should have been given a fair chance and that would have been able to, turn around Eskom and we can't take chances and simply, say purely because he's white and which seemingly is the reason why he's appointed that we should be giving these people a chance at the expense of overlooking other competent people.
Well, I don't know if they looked at it because he's white or because they thought he might be able to help the situation with his experience, but Yonela Mvana from the Black Management Forum